Experience the University of Northwestern Ohio College of Technologies.
With these kids getting hands-on experience at the racetrack, racing against some of the best drivers and best mechanics in America, I don't know how you get a more valuable education than that.
We're looking at your McDonald's Dash for Cash, but Thunderstock's on the track for this one. What a lineup we have. Brad Conover in the 8C, Kevin Gossard in the 62. You could call them pseudo teammates. Tony Seifert in the 25S, and last year's track champion, Tony Anderson. So this is a loaded Dash for Cash. We're going to go 5 laps, pay somebody 100 simoleons. And Brad Conover gets out to an early jump. Seifert trying to work underneath him. Conover loses the grip, and 1 and 2 gets up into the wall, and Seifert snatches the lead very quickly away from Kevin Gossard, and we're about to complete lap number 1. Brad Conover pulls it off the track. Seifert now with Gossard glued to his tail tank, and just behind him, Tony Anderson. Now, Tony Anderson's probably thinking to himself, if I can't win this race, I'm going to get a feel for the track. That's how professional these guys are. They're out here for the first time. They're getting 5 extra laps in a night over the rest of the teams, and they're going to take advantage of this. Tony Seifert and Kevin Gossard, they're worried about $100. Tony Anderson, hey, if they wreck each other, I'll take it. Something happens to them, I'll take it. Short of that, I'm going to make some hay while I'm out here on the track and learn how this track is responding tonight. And Gossard continues to try and look under Seifert as they come off turn 2, and Seifert, as always, up high against the wall. Tony Seifert, typically on any given night at Limaland Motorsports Park, will run a half to a full car width higher than anybody else, and he is an absolute sight to see. Tony Seifert, a class act, takes it down into the back straightaway and into the 3 and 4. We're watching from the Peacock box at Limaland Motorsports Park, and there you go. Whoa, getting a little squirrely at the start-finish line. Tony Seifert, believe it or not, folks, he drives with one hand, his left hand, all race long, no matter what the race is. It's an amazing sight to see. I didn't believe it till he told me, and he actually does it. Seifert, Gossard, Anderson, Conover is the finishing order of your McDonald's Dash for Cash. Rolling right into the EFI NRA Sprint Invaders, we're watching Whitney Paint Heat Race number 1. This is Heat Races from the Run for the Rabbit in honor of Travis the Rabbit Miller. Unfortunately, we are in week number 2 of rainouts at Limaland Motorsports Park. Kent Walters, Corey Sealing, Jared Horseman, Jeff Williams, Tom Conrad, Mike Dunlap, Bobby Clark, Mark Harry, and Bob Carmen. 9 drivers lined up in this. We're going to take 5 out of the heat race, transfer them right into the A main. The rest of them will get a spot in the not-so-coveted B main. And Kent Walters looks like he had a little bit of a jump on that. Down the back straightaway we go. Looks like the flagmen are going to let this one go. No, they're not. They're going to wave that start off. Kent looked like he had a little bit of a jump on that. We'll line them back up, double filing again. Kent Walters and Corey Sealing starting on your front row. Walters in the Casey Kane looking number 9 car, changing his number from the 1W last year, and away we go. Down in the turns 1 and 2 we go, and bound the back straightaway. Past the Lucas Speed Cam, and Corey Sealing slides it right in front of Walters coming out of 3 and 4, takes the nose away from the car. Walters says, I'm going to come right back on you. It's a drag race down the back straightaway, and in the 3 and 4 we go. Walters drifting, forces Corey high, and Kent Walters powers his way back to the lead. Corey Sealing now trying to work down low as they come out of 1 and 2, and it's Walters Sealing down the back straightaway. Farther back in the pack, the 12 car, last year driven by Caleb Griffith. Tonight, powered by the Ohio famous Bobby Clark. Never had a chance to meet this man. Heard a lot about Bobby Clark at Limaland Motorsports Park back in the day, and it's great to have Bobby back with us racing. That is Kent Walters completing another lap at Limaland Motorsports Park. We have a car smoking farther back in the pack. That's Jeff Williams. Looks like some issues for Jeff Williams. We'll see if he continues under power. Sometimes gaskets leak on these cars. A little bit of oil gets on the headers, and that's what we see. Hard to tell at this point in time. We'll look to see if Jeff Williams pulls his car off and heads to the pits. Right now, Kent Walters having no problem stretching his lead over Corey Sealing. Kent Walters completes another lap at Limaland. We are 1 lap to go before the checkers. Walters pushing his car high in 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway for the checkered flag. Kent Walters wins heat race number 1 from the night we ran for the Rabbit. Corey Sealing, 2nd place. Tom Conrad Jr. in 3rd. Mike Dunlap in 4th. Bobby Clark is your 5th place qualifier. Williams, Harry, Carmen, and Horseman move on to the B main. We'll roll out heat race number 2. Whitney Painting heat races. Dustin Daggett, Mike Dussel, Jeff Babcock, Tim Allison, Mike Miller, Darren Long, Mike Breck, and Rick Bond in this one. The Elwer Fence pace truck pulls off the track. And we'll see how things work out. Rick Bond carrying the in-car cam tonight. Cars rolling their way through 3 and 4. Dustin Daggett on the pole, drops the hammer, and away we go. Mike Dussel trying to jump out to the early lead around the high side. Daggett hugging the bottom. Here comes Timmy Allison up high. Allison working his way past Daggett. Doesn't have the pass completed yet. Timmy drifts a little high in 3 and 4, and Dustin Daggett holds the 2nd place spot. It is currently Dussel, Daggett, Allison, and then a 3-way battle for the 3rd place between the 7C of Darren Long, Mike Breck. This is a loaded heat race, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Miller right there. There goes Jeff Babcock and Rick Bond. Looking out the back of Rick Bond's car right now. Down the front straightaway we go. There's the battle on the track. That's Babcock and Bond. Babcock just gives him a little nudge in the corner. Down the back straightaway go. There's Jeff Babcock right in your living room. Drifts up high. Whoa, big flip. Jeff Babcock collects the wall in turn 3 and 4. Wow, what a hit that was. Folks, that's about as up close and personal you're going to get to a sprint car flip without being in the car. Take a look at this once again. Here's Jeff Babcock, slides it up in there, starts to lose the nose. Boom! Into the wall he goes. Flipping violently 1, 2, 3 times. 3 full flips on Jeff Babcock. Wow, here's a look from another camera angle. And that is his first wild ride in a sprint car. And she has a tremendous amount of damage on her. Believe it or not, folks, as we get later on into the evening, a lot of thrashing going on in that car. Take a look at it as it gets hauled off the track. It's pretty much bent from one end to the other. You're not going to believe what you see later on. Look how far back that right front tire is pushed. Radius rod's torn up. A lot of problems here. Jacob's ladder. Okay, we're going to go back green flag racing after that tough lick by Jeff Babcock in turns 3 and 4. And you'll be able to see the big smudge marks on the wall. That's where he hit. Here comes his cousin, Mike Dussel. On the restart, Daggett tries to pull it off down low. Here comes Allison on the outside. Looks like Timmy had momentum that time. And Timmy Allison snatches the lead, or excuse me, 2nd place away. Mike Dussel continues in the lead, and Daggett now under pressure from Darren Long and Mike Miller. Great racing in this heat race. Like I said, this heat race is packed full of top-of-the-line drivers, and you're looking out the back of Rick Bond this time. Rick in last place right now, and he gave us tremendous pictures of Jeff Babcock's flip. And once again, Dustin Daggett working the bottom side, trying to hold off a charging set of cars as he works his way through 1 and 2, and we're looking at Mike Dussel now working his way through 3 and 4, so quite a distance back to Dustin Daggett now. Mike Dussel takes the win. Let's see how those top 5 sort out, because plenty of cars dicing for that 5th spot. Dustin Daggett grabs it. Mike Breck able to wrestle away 4th spot. Long, Allison, and Dussel, those top 5 will transfer right into the A main. Mike Miller, Rick Bond, and Jeff Babcock